I think a lot of people will go to, oh, but what has he won? That's always the argument.
Jarring. This ain't
It's
tennis.
jarring.
It's 11 players out there.
But from what I see with my eyes and the level of ability and how I judge a player, yeah, I think Saliba's up there. I think Rudiger is the best. Like you mentioned, if you put him in a final, then tomorrow you'd choose him. But if you're going to go for longevity, you go for Saliba. But like I said, people may go to what they won, but I just think that's a flawed argument right now because I mean, there's still time for him to go and win stuff, and he's doing it. He's being a defender. And to this level at a young age, I think, Van Dijk, when Saliba was coming through last season, Van Dijk,
them man weren't doing this at Saliba's age. So
Celtic.
it's double-edged. So like Saliba has to do it at their age, but they weren't where they are at Saliba's age.
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly. Van Dijk was at Celtic and then places there. So it takes a lot of time. But Saliba's doing it at a young age and I respect it. So Saliba for me, but there's bias in it. But what do you expect? I'm an Arsenal fan, man.
Kind of tying into that, yeah. Obviously, like where you look at our whole team, you've got Odegaard, you've got Saka, you've got Saliba. You could throw Martinelli in there. You got a couple of young players and whatnot of tomorrow who could be world class if they're not already. Who would you say has got the highest ceiling? Because I'm torn between Saka and Saliba now, and I think people leave Odegaard out of this conversation a lot. Like I don't know why, but I think they do. I can't say it's not Saka. Saliba looks special. It's man, with good problems, man. Remember when we was happy to just see Willian or Reece Nelson start? We've got good problems at this club now. It's crazy. It's a tough question.
Deluded, I'm stealing this question, bro.
Steal it, man. And there's nothing new under the sun, bro. Do your thing.
I'll be real. When you see it on AFTV, just know I'll try to credit you.
Big up, man.
This is a fucked question.
It's fucked, bro. That's why I had to ask someone else because I can't answer it. I don't think anyone can. And again, throwing Odegaard into it, I think people sleep on Odegaard.
Odegaard's a crazy one because how people leave it. Because the thing is, for me, Kevin De Bruyne is one of the most favorite players to watch. I think he's unbelievable as a midfielder, and he's going to go down as a Premier League great. Odegaard can reach that. I'm telling you. So
by God's grace,
to put him out of the conversation to me is crazy. But then again, Saliba and Saka could do it. They could, bro. I don't know where they could go in this thing. So it's just like
they're both kind of flirting with it now as well, man.
This one's crazy. This one is mad. I have to go. I don't even know. Just give me 2 seconds. I think with me, I'd have to go with the reason I'm doing. I'm gonna look at the ages because it's gonna sound.
They might even be same age. What Saka's 22, Saliba's like 22, 23. There might not be too much in it.
Yeah, Odegaard's 25. The reason why I say is because
Odegaard as well. He's a bit older. Saliba's 23, just turned 23.
Just turned 23. The reason why I do this, he's just turned 23. You're right.
Saka's 23 in a couple of months in September. This is mad. We got some ballers at this club now, you know.
Exactly, and I know. Like people will say, it's part of a cop out by going for like the youngest and that. But I have to think about what are you going to achieve, and it's not always about trophies. I get that, but you have to think about what you're going to achieve in the time that you have left playing. For me, for ceiling, because you can keep going. I think that all their trajectories are up. So I just don't know who rises to the next level. But like I said, if Kevin De Bruyne which seems like he's flirting with the Saudi league and the links there, if he comes to the end, I think Odegaard takes that spot in the Premier League of like one of the most
creative player,
your midfielders. When I know Bruno and that's in there, but I just think Odegaard's another level, and you'll see that more and more. Depends how this team flourishes under Mikel Arteta. So he's going to have a high ceiling. People are definitely underrating where he can go. Saka, I mean, he's in England. He's in an England team. He's flourishing in that. I don't see Odegaard. I mean, Odegaard does flourish in Norway, but he's not going to really achieve the greats.
Unfortunately, you can't talk to France and England is peak.
Yeah, exactly. So Saka can really push on in both nation and club. So that pushes him up there. And then Saliba, I just think Saliba for me is the dark horse, but he can literally be. I think he can go on to be. Yeah, I don't even.
I think he'll play for Real Madrid one day. I'll be real. I hope we achieve something there. I think he's destined for them kind of clubs, respectfully to Arsenal.
I think it goes. To be fair, so it's annoying about Martin Odegaard because I actually wanted to put him top, but I'm gonna have to put him at the bottom. I'm gonna have to put him third. Then it's gonna go. Is it Saliba or Saka?
This is it.
I prefer Saka. I'm a fan more of Saka than Saliba. Saka's my favorite player, but I don't know what it is. Like you said, I see Saliba doing more. I don't see Saka can go to Barcelona, Real Madrid, whatever, but I actually see it more for Saliba than I do Bukayo Saka.
I agree.
And I think Saliba will do more for in his nation's team as well. So over England. So I think it goes. This is crazy. That's a great question. Saliba, Saka, and then Odegaard. And I'm stealing that one. I like that.
Nah, T-Fit, man. Do you know what? I would have said Saka first, but then from what you're saying, and then what's tipped the balance for me, the Euros and just Saliba is a bit like Saka in that, you know, they're good, but they surprise you just how they're with it. And I think the temperament of both of them is quite good. I'm going to tip it towards Saliba because I just feel it's easier for a defender to get your accolades, especially in today's day and age. Obviously, goals and assists are important. They've arguably never been as important in today's day and age as previous seasons, but I think too many people hide behind that. I've seen many a player score bare goals in a season, but if you're honest, they've been crap. They've scumbagged it really and truly. Equally, I've seen them have games where they haven't necessarily done that. And I just think that, not that Saka doesn't bring the numbers, I just don't think he gets the appreciation because I wouldn't say he's a sexy footballer. He's not doing a bunch of pointless skills. He's, like you said earlier, he's effective. There's a method to the madness. He's definitely not basic. And I just think with Saka, people don't want to rate him because he plays for Arsenal. He's this, that, and the third. I think they're forced to rate him because you're seeing what he's doing for England and Arsenal. Saliba, they tried to play him down. You can't not look at the greatness. So I'll say Saliba first, Saka second.
I was going to double back. I'm just going to double back my
go ahead, bro.
My statement and say Saliba over Saka. And the reason why, listen, I love Saka and being an Arsenal fan, like I said, he's my favorite player. And being an Arsenal fan, I see what he does for Arsenal week in, week out. But when it comes to, like you said, numbers are a big thing. And Salah's seen as one of the greats. His numbers, look, 217 was 32 goals, 10 assists in the league.
He's a madman.
22
and he still don't even get his credit because he's not attractive to watch. Like,
exactly.
Salah,
2018-19 season, 22 goals, 8 assists. 2019, 19 goals, 10 assists. And don't want to be rude, but Saka hasn't reached those numbers. So I'm not saying he can't because he may be able to, but I'm just saying like there's still levels to be seen with Saliba, clean sheets and how he is, and being with in a France nation team that
man of the match in almost every top 6 game we played as well.
Exactly. I think there's more, and I think there's still more for him to come. Like he's a young defender. Defenders normally peak later, so he's got loads more to learn, which means he's got more of a ceiling. For me, he's got more of a ceiling. So just want to make that double down on.
No, you're right, man. I would say the only thing with Saliba, if I'm honest, the only time in the last 2 years I've seen you look like a young centre half has probably been in the Champions League against Bayern Munich. Now, you're human. These things can happen. Yeah. And I think indirectly, maybe that Champions League experience has made him a bit more confident in the French team, really, because it's like you have to put your hand in the fire. It's not a better example is for these guys to get to a level, people always talk about potential and what they could be tomorrow. And they fail to understand, like, you got to go through the steps. It's like riding a bike. If you want to be able to do wheelies and BMX tricks and whatnot, you're going to fall off that bike. You're going to need stabilizers. And as you said, I think people need to remember that these men are young, and we live in a day and age where, let's just say, some random 16-year-old plays for Arsenal or in the Premier League. He's the bee's knees after 30 minutes, and it's just crazy. I got